Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another car video. Online theory doesn't match up with what's in the real world. Online theory doesn't match up with what's in the real world. I'm going to tell you what. I was thinking about it, man, because, when I get some free time, I'm chilling, got my, phone and stuff, or sometimes when I'm just sitting at my desk on my laptop, I check out some other videos. I want to see what else is said. And one of the things, of course, you got these people, they're promoting looks theory, height, people promoting money, all this stuff. Even with body game, you got some guys who they actually say, hey, hit the gym, okay? But they say you got to have less than 10% body fat to get a woman. I'm just like, man. Now, all of it sound good. Hey, yeah, you know what? If you got that model face, you over 6 feet, shit, you got less than 10% body fat. Shit, well, one, you're probably an alpha showpiece. And actually, shout out Cousin Tito to be an ASP, alpha showpiece. You got to be over 200 pounds. He's the one that came up with that term. That's hard to have 10% body fat off of that. But we won't get into that, right? Or, of course, some other, other people, they'd be like, well, yeah, you got to have this. And then, of course, you got the money people. All right. And, of course, you get some people. Another thing, you got some people talking about, yeah, it ain't that 80-20. It's going to 90-10, 95.5, 95 to 5 and stuff, saying all this stuff. But here's the problem. When you're in the real world, all you do is see stuff that go against it. That's why I always say go outside. That's why sometimes when somebody say something on one of my videos, I say, what street you from? I'll be serious too. Most of the time they don't answer. Now the times they do, we ain't talking about all that other online shit. It's usually for something else. But for the most part, they ain't answering. Because I was like, do you go outside? Where do you go? Where do you hang out at? And who do you know, really? You got all these people, they want to use all these, examples of some dubious studies online. And I told y'all that before. I used to work market research. You got to take that with a grain of salt. People say whatever, even what women saying online. Shoot. You know what? I was watching, remember Mission Impossible 2, right? Had Thandie Newton in it, Tom Cruise, Anthony Hopkins. And Anthony Hopkins, as Tom Cruise's director, wanted Thandie Newton to go on some spy thing. And Tom Cruise is like, she ain't trained, she had to lie and all of that. And Anthony Hopkins is like, she's a woman. It's just like, dude, even when I tell you women have told me multiple things and told me some deep shit, I ain't take them seriously until I verified that shit. Seriously, that's why I know. I always check the actions. They'll tell me something, I'll just shake my head. Then I just pay attention to their actions and behavior. I never take anybody at face value. Anybody. So especially a woman, they tell me something, I just keep it in there. Then when I watch her actions and stuff, we'll see how she behaving, or she sucking my dick. Then I'm like, oh, okay. But guys be like, oh yeah, these women want this type of guy and stuff. But then you get in the real world. And let's limit this, because I know some dudes say, well, those guys in the real world, they get some ugly women. And some do. Let's limit this to guys who can get a woman who rates at least a 6. Right? Let's limit it to that. At least a 6. That's still above average. It ain't a 4. It ain't a 49. It's a 6. And indeed, depending on where you live, a 6 might look like a dime to you. So, they got some attraction. You can walk out in public with them. You don't have to come over. You don't have to come over 12 to 5 unless you're a side piece. So, So I was thinking about that. And I was like, hold up. How high is it in the real world? I know. And like I said, everybody try to say, oh, Ron just cat. He don't be out there. Put me in the lie detector, motherfucker. Put me in a court of law. Like I always say, find some FBI profilers who can read whether or not I'm being like somebody like. And I actually had some training with a workshop with the FBI agent. He was just reading out. He was reading all our body language and stuff. You can get that one too if you can find one. Shit, I know people out here, and it's kind of funny because we can break it down. Okay, because you got guys up here measuring faces and all of that, which been going on a long time. Oh, it's been going on for years. People be like measuring faces and shit. Somebody think, some recent shit. It's been happening. But I'm like, women don't do that. If you take an honest look at some guys with some like minimum 6, I'm saying 6 to 10 range. If I'm saying minimum 6, even some who would rate like an 8 or 9, shit. I know a woman, she ain't need money from the dude. She fell in love with a dude with a double chin. Shit. So you don't know. You can't really say that. You can theorize that, but let's just be real. How often do you actually see that in the streets? Because, the guys that, got all that physical stuff, you ain't gonna see them too much. And you break it down every piece. First of all, if you take an honest look, or apparently a lot of people ain't, but a lot of guys I've known in the real world, and that just known them personally, didn't have like all those measurements, but they had an attractive woman. And like I said, I'm only counting the minimum 6, minimum. And even though that's minimum without makeup. Even if they threw on some stuff, threw on fixed up and shit, could get to about an 8. They were adjustables. Well, most women movie stars are adjustables, but that's another conversation. All right. Now check it out. All right, so these dudes don't got those faces like that. All right, that's one. Most of them don't. Maybe a handful I know could even come close. All right. Then you got in the real world, there's a bunch of guys thinking, oh, I'm under 6 feet, I can't get anything. Like, that's one of the things that get on my nerves, though. That's why I've done some videos on the height thing. I said it before. Average height of the players I've known in life have been like 5'8", 5'9", 5'8", really, and stuff. I've known some 5'5" guys I wouldn't want around my woman. Seriously, they ain't give a fuck. I've had women tell me about those guys. But let's talk about that again. Let's be real. If you go any public place, even if you don't know them, you go any public place, first of all, a man over 6 feet, you ain't gonna see it that much. Like in this country, and the only place you're gonna see that on a consistent basis is the Netherlands, or with the Dinka tribe in the Sudan. That's the only place. That's the only place. You ain't gonna see it on a regular basis. Yeah, some European countries or some shit. You're in the United States or something, and most of the world, shoot, average height would be 5'9". So, shoot, apparently the women fucking them because they 5'9" dude be pushing a baby carriage with his wife. And the babies all look like his ass. Shit. But think about it though, in the real world, plenty of dudes. And then if dudes try to say shorter, because that some dudes be saying, well, height's over, but I've known too many. I can't even count the number of men 5'5" and under who had a pretty cute girl. And a lot of times, most of the times, the women were shorter than them. Because see, with women, when they say taller, as long as you're taller than them, cool. In fact, at the gym the other week, I saw this young Asian couple. That's another thing, man. Some of this online shit is just straight racist. They acting like, oh, they Asian, they ain't gonna get none. Yeah, whatever. Saw this Asian couple, dude about 5'5". The young lady who would probably rate by most guys like a 9, like body, face, everything. She about the same height. They always be in there together. One time I looked out, they were both coming out the same bathroom. You know how like on some gym floors, they got that little single-use bathroom. You got to go in there and lock the door. They coming out. I was like, damn, y'all couldn't wait to get home? Shit, at least to the car. They coming out. I'm like, I don't think they were taking a shit in there. But that's my point, though. You just see that shit. You just around all the damn time. You know? Even when I talk body game, what would I say? I say, look, get your best body, right? It's going to be hard for everybody to have like total cuts and all that shit. Or even like 10%. Shoot, even professional bodybuilders, they'll get down that low like they in a contest or something. But other than that, shit, when they ain't in contest, shit, they put it on. You got to have a certain amount of body fat just for health. And plus, women don't be measuring that shit anyway. And that's another thing, too. Let's talk about even body game. Because that's why I always say, get the best body you got. But, you know, if you don't look like a fitness model, ain't over. Just be healthy, strong, and stuff, right? There's a lot of women like a little bit to play with on a man. Because I know some players, and they even be in the gym, but they don't be cut. They don't be cut or anything, you know. But they can still throw up some weight and all of that. They might have a little bit of stomach on them and shit. And be tearing up some women. Be tearing up. Shoot, be having multiple baby mamas. Be tearing up. And then, even then, if I look at it, and this ain't just players and stuff, man. If you look at the guys who actually went in with women, like they in a solid relationship with an attractive woman. You know, they ain't like, they don't be having no, like that measurable jaw and all of that. They don't be having that. They don't be having, I mean, they, you know, the women think they look good, but that's about it at the best. And even then, there's some women, I've personally known some women, they were some guy, and they be like apologizing to their friends. They be apologizing to their friends. They say, yeah, I know you don't look like that, all that, but I like them. They calling them ugly and shit. Shit. You see all this shit, man, and shit, let's talk about the money piece. Let's be real. Only a small percentage of men making over 6 figures. That's like the bare minimum. And really, shout out the equalizer. And people in my private group know who the equalizer is. Shout him out. Shoot. That ain't even enough. You still got to have a certain amount. Shoot, you pretty much got to have $250,000 or something. Or at least 200,000. If you're just making just a mere 100,000, depending on where you live in. If you living in some, you know, some states, some areas, hey, that might, shoot, you might live like a millionaire. You live in some major cities, DC, creeping up to Baltimore, San Francisco, New York. Shoot, you might still have to get a roommate. Shoot, you got little holes in the walls in some places and stuff. Little studio apartments, you paying $3,000 for a month. And they had the nerve not to include utilities. So a lot of guys ain't at that level and stuff, but they still got women. Like, it's a lot of stuff, man. I'm gonna tell you what, man. If you listen to what I say, when I talk about body game, I say get your best body, get your best self, and then see which women are feeling it. I ain't saying you gotta have a specific thing. Even when I've talked about alpha showpieces and stuff, most I did. I ain't say be an alpha showpiece. That shit is largely genetic. I just described them. And they just 1% of the population. But the bottom line is, if you out here, you know people, like if you got friends, and I think that's a problem with a lot of guys, they don't even have friends like that. Because if you do, you friendly enough, shoot, you can find an exception. Not even an exception, because I'm going to be real. Yeah, look, let me hit y'all with something deep. Let's twist this around. A lot of what people call the Chads and Tyrones are more the exceptions. You talking 1% of the population, and you got that. You talking like totally handsome face, over 6 feet, muscular, or even guys who don't think it. Totally handsome face and totally over 6 feet. That's rare in itself. The combination is rare. You know, you might get somebody tall, but average or even ugly face. Or somebody real handsome, but they under 6 feet. But it's rare to get that combination. Then you throw in muscles, and shit. Let's take it further. Money, that's the exception. Most people, look, here's the reality. Most people are average looking. You know, even when women are call a guy conventionally handsome, they'll say handsome. That, you know what that means? That ain't even his genetics. I mean, he let the barber bless him. He made sure he got his teeth straight. Just basics. He just took care of basics. Make sure his face ain't jacked up. And a woman will call that man conventionally handsome. But then if you think about it, that's average. Think about it. I want y'all to think about that shit. So a lot of online folks, online theories like the extraordinary is like the extreme and shit. But I'm like, how often you see that? You know? You know what was funny? I was at yesterday, my youngest son, he had a concert at his school. Right? You know, it was like me, my other son, the co-parent. It's complicated. Anyway, so we there chilling and stuff. And, you know, I tell her about some of this online stuff. And I asked her to look at these young kids and say, okay, which one of them is the Chad? Now, out of I don't know, over 100 young men and stuff, like singing and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of guys there singing and shit. She picked out just one. I was like, okay. I was like, that's the exception. And my point is this, man. My ultimate point is this: work to be your best. See who likes it, and because that's all you can really do. Don't be tripping. Don't be tripping over which. Well, first of all, you get some guys telling you some stuff, and you gotta take that with a grain of salt. That's why I even say it, even with what I say, take it with a grain of salt and go out. I always say, go out and test what I'm saying. Seriously, go out and test it and stuff. But you got, some guys. Let's be real. Some guys is getting money off y'all. That's one. And then you got some women. Oh yeah, women up. I'm gonna tell y'all something about women. They're gonna promote whatever if it suits them. Like the money piece said, if they say you got money, well, that's because they want to divest you of it. You know? But when you look at, and one of the things with women, they will say one thing and do something else. That's why I say even those surveys talking about what women checking for and all that shit, right? You gotta take it with a grain of salt. They'll say a lot of shit. Only time you take a woman serious, if I say this, best time to take a woman seriously if you seriously develop the ability to read another person's body language, and that's actually doable. That's actually doable. It takes practice, though, years of practice and stuff, because you got to be able to watch everything and also listen to their speech inflections and everything. A woman can say hi to you and it mean 3 different things. That's how deep it is. It's the same word. They could say it, or like when women say, fine, all right? Shit, that means she got some issue with you. But if she say, fine, boom. It's just that simple. So it's so much shit there. You gotta learn to spot it and stuff. So even then, even like online shit, you gotta take that with a grain of salt. And honestly, even like TikTok and all of that shit's staged, man. Come on, man. How much is that's totally spontaneous? Seriously. How much is that totally spontaneous? Because I wish I had a dime every time a woman said, I mean, and this is like specific, they'll say, nah, I won't get with him. Boom. I had a couple of women, it got back to me, a couple of women that I had sex with. They had sucked my dick and everything, told some guys in a social circle, they wouldn't get around the time of day. I'm like, okay. I say they straight lying to you. So you even got to take that with a grain of salt, man. Seriously. That's why I say get out here in the real world. What do you see? Where do you live? And people say, where do you live, Ron? Well, I live in Harford County, man. I live in the Baltimore, Washington area. I'm an hour away from Philly. Shit, it's a glut. You're going to see everything. DMV. You're going to see everything. Everything here, man. Shit. When I go to Houston, Atlanta, I see the same things, man. It's like, come on, man. Shit, San Diego, LA. Shit. People are people, man. And that's why I say go out. Go out. You're going to see like some dudes under 6 feet with some fine women. You're going to see some dudes who don't have that square jaw with some fine women. And shit, you're going to see some dudes. Man, I know so many dudes who they making just enough money to pay attention with some fine women. They shoot the women. They always talking about like not wanting to do 50-50. Oh, please. Women know there's about tons of women out here with a guy. They know they got to pay something. he ain't take care of it. Like I said, there's only a small percentage of dudes really making money out here. So, like, come on, y'all. Seriously, we got to deal with the real. Seriously, even with a lot of these women saying, talking about whatever they talking about they want in a man. Say, oh, yeah, okay, good. How's that working for you? yeah, you got, look, here's the thing. What's happening in the world? Like, I'll put it like this. Whatever anybody talk about, somebody should be able to say, okay, I seen this. And that's what their personal experience. See, one big issue is a lot of people go on their personal experience and project it. Like, you got guys out here who seriously think a woman wouldn't engage in a threesome, her man and another woman. But you got plenty of women who will do that. You got women they can be all up in the church and stuff and all the time, but you start talking to them and shit, you find out they have one night stands on the regular. I mean, shit. There's a lot of stuff, man. People need to get out. That's why I say I recommend get out. Even with what I say, go try it out. Because even with that, I every day somebody hit me up on IG. They hit me up on my contact, and they're like, "Hey, Uncle Ron, man, here's a body game testimony." I got some brothers. Shout out Brother B. He'll text me with it. People, they'll say, "Yeah, I saw it here." Oh man, I saw this here. Seriously, get out here, yo. Get out here in the real world. Get off that computer and deal, man. And shoot. Like, and that's not even an age thing, man. I'll say it straight up with my youngest son. He's pretty much stopped growing. He's just 5'9". He's 5'9". He's 5'9", and I take him to the gym, but he ain't hard on body game. He still got that baby fat, chubby, and stuff, right? He's actually interesting chubby though, cause he's still athletic. He can ball, but that dude's had a girlfriend since 5th grade, man. I saw him play a girl last night. She trying to get all up on him. He like, he put his hand up. I was like, oh shit. Be hitting him on the phone. It'd be over and stuff, man. Little girls be blowing up his phone and stuff. I'd be like, tell her it's dinner time. Be wanting to like FaceTime him and shit. It's like, boy. He'd be up there chilling, talking to the lady. Young girl. Be like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, this my new phone. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty good. Man, this dude's thorough. Look, man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Get out in the real world, man. That's what y'all got to do. That's always my assignment. I've made that an assignment on my Patreon several times. I'll make it in there. Get out. Just go any place. Seriously, go to a festival. Seriously, go to a festival. Go where there are people at. Go to a festival. Go to an expo. Go bowling. Seriously, go take a walk around a popular mall. Seriously, just get some shit, and you'll see what's up. You'll see what's up. All right. So anyway, y'all have a good weekend. Y'all know I don't do car videos on the weekend and stuff. And actually, I got a video coming next week that's gonna pop up on the weekend, a live one, cause I'm always expanding. So, but anyway, y'all have a good time. I gotta pick up one of my sons to get out of school early. I don't know why they be getting out of school like 3 hours early and stuff, man. What's the point of even going to school? Ain't that some shit? So anyway, y'all, I get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.